Wake up, Timothy. We've got stupid Hoi 4 challenges to do. Yes, I don't know why I decided to travel back 6 years in this video, but I've just got a hankering to do something dumb in the game. You see, sometimes I just want to play Hoi 4, but I want to play it stupidly. And you may remember a little video I did a few years back where I played the game with tanks only. I even did a video way back when we did the old Bob sample only, which is a fever dream to think back on, because I can't even remember recording that at this point. Sadly though, they did take Bob sample out of the game, although technically you could still get the view model, but still, bring back Bob sample, hashtag boycott Hoi 4 until they do. So yes, on our last amazing journey in Hoi 4 how many years ago doing tank only, we did the Soviet Onion, and it went surprisingly well. You know, but I got the feeling like, what if I wanted to do this stupid challenge, but as someone who doesn't just have to hold one front line? Well, welcome to the United Kingdom of Tanks. That's right, boys. No more guns, no more artillery, only tanks. I mean, I will actually need all that stuff for the tanks, though, so, so in this playthrough, I really want to give a go to every single tank, which sounds a bit preposterous right now, considering I'm barely making 3 light tanks a day. But I somehow want to go ahead and get myself a light tank, a medium tank, a heavy tank, and maybe if I'm feeling fruity enough, a super heavy tank at some point in the game. I would also say the amphibious tank, but I genuinely don't think it's going to have much use, but you know what, we'll do the amphibious tank too, maybe. But yeah, for the start of our amazing tank journey, we are going to focus on light tanks, and this tank that we start off with isn't actually any good. In fact, it's terrible. In fact, the medium Mark II we start off with is a little bit better. The only thing worse on it is the reliability, but it doesn't matter anyway, because I don't think any of these are going to get used, but I guess we'll switch on over for now. Okay, now we are going to go ahead and I think not do the vanilla historical path. We definitely need more resources, but I don't think we can do any of the full history paths, like taking out the US, because I'm just not going to have enough units for that. But I think I might give global defense a go. I don't do it a lot, but it is pretty good for maintaining our oil, because we do get a few war goals on Iraq, Iran, and the Netherlands, all of which have very good amounts of oil in their countries. And one thing tanks use a lot of, if you didn't know, is oil. So first thing we're going to do is save up all our political powers to get ourselves Alan Brooke, the best man for the job, who'll give us 0.40 army XP to get daily gain, which is very good because the UK doesn't get a lot of army XP, we don't get many doctrine stuff, and we need to do a lot of doctrine stuff. Okay, so now we've had the jolly old time doing global defense, we need to wait until Neville Chamberlain is charged, and then when he is in charge, we're going to kick him out very quickly with a big man with a cigar and a drinking problem. Okay, we got ourselves the improved light tank chassis, and it is time to make it as viable as we can. Alright, so I think what we're going to do is actually go with the close support gunner and stack soft attack, but kind of offset it a bit with a small cannon to get a little bit of hard attack, but this thing isn't exactly going to be doing anything good against tanks, but there shouldn't be too many tanks for us to worry about at the start of the game, which is when this thing will be used. Now, because there's nothing actually too interesting else to use here, I think what I'm actually going to do is just whack the fuel drum on for a bit more fuel capacity. Otherwise, I would just stack breakthrough, but this doesn't really, get a lot of breakthrough. I wonder why, looking at it. Yeah, it's definitely not what I'd call the coolest thing, but it does have a lot of armor for the point of the game we are at, a lot of reliability, and a decent enough speed. Although I would like to up that a little bit, I do need to compensate with the armor for a while, and that is apparently the Matilda. That is not the Matilda. But yes, this will be our light tank for the starting part of the game here. I'm going to edit a bit when I get a few more unlocks, but for the most part, that's what we're working with. Hopefully it'll do something in Africa. Well, there you go, Stanley Baldwin's gone, and we've got the eyebrows and mustache combination of a confused sloth. But sadly, Mr. Chamberlain won't be lasting too long. In fact, we're going to lose trust him very quickly. Motion of no confidence of him out, and he'll have the shortest tenure of anyone. And there he goes. We finally get some war support, and we can go up from civilian to partial, which is going to be absolutely great for us. Okay, next up, we are going to go ahead and get ourselves a military theorist, which we shall need to get ourselves off the grand battle plan doctrine doctrine, take mobile warfare, then go to our army spirit, take motorization drive, which will reduce the cost to nothing for building our tank divisions, because we are going to need as much XP as we physically can get. And now we're just gonna build our first simple little tank. Yeah, it's not exactly gonna be the best thing, but it's we're gonna have to work with for a while. Okay, so we're gonna work with this. The org will go up as we go down our doctrine, so it's not too bad, but you generally don't want to be under 30. But this should work pretty well as soon as we upgrade a little bit, especially for a light tank. But again, I would like to get the speed up, but we do not have the army XP to be spending. And yeah, by the time it all kicks off, I would like 12 of these bad boys out, so we are definitely gonna have to specify what we are building here. Boys, I got 6 of these bad boys ready. I still got the other 6 over here getting ready, but we're gonna test them out in Iraq very quickly before things kick off in Europe. Okay, not bad. The only problem is that I won't have time to take Iran. We're actually out of time already. The Germans are about to go in. Okay, so the only problem is we do not have enough units to hold off the Italians here. They've absolutely flooded Ethiopia, and we have the border over here in Libya. I'm going to do something that's kind of out of the spirit of the challenge, and I'm just going to set all the Commonwealth troops, all the puppets, to simply guard the border in Ethiopia. I'm not going to push with them, which means, you know, technically it's, you know, kind of fair. You know, not exactly completely up to spec here, but I also just straight up have no chance of holding this with 6 light tank divisions. Yeah, in we go, I guess. Okay, so my goal pretty simple. We need to beat them out of Ethiopia as quickly as we can, which is happening very nice because the tanks are in fact working. Only problem is, I was kind of hoping the French would fill in a lot of the lines, which they have done here, but I think France is about to disappear off the map. I do have all of my starting submarines as well, convoy raiding the hell out of them, so there shouldn't be any more getting through, I hope. And my tanks up here are pretty much all ready now. I do have to keep occasionally clicking them out like that so they stop attacking me, but I could probably overrun Libya too, but I'm just too busy microing over here. Hey, I captured the last port they have, so every Italian here will be staying here. We just need to mop all these guys up now and then turn our attention up north. At point 2, I'm just going to call all my Commonwealth guys in and then delete the troops here. They did their job, my one little cheat, I guess. There we go. Nicely done. How many Italians was there? That was quite a few Italians. At the cost of 14,000 British people. I'm assuming we lost quite a few tanks, but the stockpile's looking pretty nice. We're making 13 a day, which I cannot complain about. Okay, next up, we want to just go ahead and absolutely kick their butts over here in Libya, which, watch this, it's very easy. We're going to attack in the south tile there, hold them there, go ahead, multi-attack them there, and that should be it. Yep, there you go. That is how you go ahead and do it. Divide and conquer. I just realized, hold on, Romania came to me to mediate? Do you think they'll stay democratic if I give them Transylvania? Or maybe Hungary will go democratic. No, I don't think Hungary's going to be going democratic. You know what? Transylvania stays with Romania. I think they just declared war on them. Did they actually? I've just actually... Perfect! Well, I guess I get Romania in the allies for that. I've never seen that, by the way. I don't think they've ever come to me for mediation before. There you go. That is North Africa pretty open here. I'm going to try rush over to Benghazi as well, because the Italians are looking too good on supply there. I mean, yeah, I wasn't expecting Romania to really last there, but hey, at least they're not on the German side. There you go. That should be everything in Africa for now, until Vichy France makes an appearance later on. But yeah, my tanks did take a beating there, but that was mostly from the desert and not the Italians. Okay, but now comes the fun part. Where do we go from here? I'm definitely not setting foot over here, that's for certain. I think we're gonna naval invade Italy, but for that we're gonna need a new tank. They're someone's bombing Malta. Probably go ahead and help out my French allies there. You just declared on Greece there. Hold on, time to do a quick funny in Albania. The meme could not take hold as the goon squad turned up. Well, they're saying that it does look like the goon squad's left because Barbarossa is going on. We had to pull out of Greece to come deal with Vichy France, but that's fine because I do have a plan now, and it's going to involve taking taking down Italy. Yeah, the plan, by the way, is our brand new tank. It's called the amphibious tank. So while the light tanks are still doing very well, I think we definitely need to move up to some mediums at this point. And now they are also over here in Central Africa, but I'm just looking at the supply. I think I'll just pretend I don't see it. Okay, so we have our amphibious tanks. We only have 3 of them, as I've not done any special forces doctrine. Don't blame me. I forgot. What I gotta hope is that we get the breakthrough. Then we could just land the rest of our tanks after, and it'd be completely fine, hopefully. Oh yeah, we definitely got this. I don't even have CAS up, and they just can't, they can't do anything to them. Look how stupid they look. And I think there goes the Italian fleet, at least a big part of it. I don't think they'll be sailing out again. Okay, well, those tanks did their job. There is literally nothing special about them. It's just this. They are pretty much the same as my light tanks, but instead with, obviously, the amphibious light tanks in them and the Amtraks, which, yeah, they did the job they needed. Speaking of which, I'm now finally going to build a whole bunch more light tanks, because these will be the last time we're going to use them, as I am fully producing the Comet now. And we're going to go ahead and try to get a bunch of medium tanks out. As you can see, I've already got quite a few saved. Don't get 6 of those bad boys. Same template as our light tanks, but these things are going to be doing a lot more damage. I do also plan on making a heavy tank, and I will just put that in with my medium tank too, but not quite there just yet. I'm just rolling over them, if you can't tell. There goes the Civil War. Perfect. I literally have nothing to hold the other side of this border with, so I'm just gonna go fully in on France and then get the rest of these tanks out quickly. I'll just keep the pressure up in France too, just so the French get a little bit of land back as well, and that keeps them busy. Okay, both the mediums and all the rest of the light tanks are ready, and I think we're just absolutely gonna crush them at this point. They are not doing well at all. Look at that absolutely disgusting tank force. And now if I was just to do the funny here and click this button, just watch as the Germans disappear. The only problem is having all these expensive tanks and all the other mechanized and stuff like that is very expensive resource-wise. I'm not looking too good and running out of people to trade with too. I have to go back and save Italy, so the push has been put on the back burner for a little bit, but just gonna get a cheeky encirclement down here. There we go. That should give them a little spank on the booty. Right, it's about time we get these heavy tanks in. As soon as we do that, I will be pushing them all the way back to Germany. I really can't afford a lot of them in there, but there you go. We got 2 heavy tanks in there, and that should do it pretty nicely, even though I think where we are right now, the light tanks would have run them over anyway. Hey, let's go ahead and see what this does. Oh, I think it does. I think it ends the war. Oh my god, and because the light tanks are so fast too, they just overrun things, so the Germans can't retreat quick enough. I haven't even checked the casualties, but okay. Russia's just been absolutely destroying the Germans. Although, in all fairness, it's kind of been a bit of a tit for tat there, huh? Although, most importantly, considering I've been actually just frontlining for a while now, only 300,000 casualties. Not bad at all. That's annoying. They just capitulated to the Russians as well. So there goes my front line into Hungary. Oh yeah, look, there's Romania. I forgot they were in our faction. Hold on, we're gonna have to have a talk after this war. Oh. There they go. I have no idea what I'm gonna do here, but I'm not done just yet, put it that way. Oh god, well, I don't think we have to have the Romanian talk, because they're actually in the peace still, because they got obliterated. You know, I think what I'm gonna do is focus on just giving France their land back, so we don't have to worry about the Soviets being a pain in our butt later. By the way, I just spoiled it, we're going in on the Soviets. Also, we're not waiting around on this one. The war goal's already been secured. I mean, come on, we literally got the boy in charge. It was now Operation Unthinkable. Well, I just thought of it. Oh yeah, they have like no chance to even react. There's quite literally nothing that can stop this one. Oh boy, it's gonna be a long one though. Being a democracy means I can't make a collab government. So, I'll be seeing you guys at the Urals. Oh, well, someone was very polite and sped that up by dropping nuclear bombs. Wasn't actually me this time. Alrighty, now that ain't too bad. A bit of a weird land connection there. But you know what? I'll take it. Alright, by the way, we've been at war with Japan the entire time too, which, yeah, I guess I should finally put the nail in that coffin. Thankfully, we've still got those amphibious tanks. Oh, I didn't even have to use my tanks as the Mexicans had naval invaded for me. Okay, that is a huge China. Well, I think it is no doubt time to end that off, and that was a very fun game. And look at that, I only had like a few divisions the entire time. It's surprising how much you can get done. But hey, there it goes. Our first little challenge done. Tanks only is still very possible. I am really think it'll be too possible to say the Soviet Union again, but maybe I'll give that a go. If you want to see that, leave a like. Hit the subscribe button down below. Maybe I'll see if it's possible. But yes, anyway, goodbye, Gravy Timothy.